Don't worry, I will update the name and the stream. Okay, then we're live.
Mega Man 5 has one of the more difficult first stages in the classic series, in my opinion. At least to do fast. You can take it quite slow and be safe, but I have a feeling Ohon isn't gonna do that. See those tiny jumps without hitting the spikes.
Hey, what's up?
Sup?
Let me know if my microphone is too loud.
Sounds good. Welcome
Awesome.
to the big call.
Hello, glad to be here.
It still says Mega Man 4 and Vison, by the way, to do fix.
Yeah,
There's a trick you can do at the end of this stage that works sometimes, and we don't really know why. If you just jump when you have killed Starman, you can sometimes just be affected by normal gravity instead of low gravity. That saves like 1 or 2 seconds. Because otherwise you would float up, or you would float down slowly to the weapon to get this animation. Do you have the... I pasted the link like everywhere now, so you should have it.
Yeah, I'm finally watching the stream. Oh cool, it's Ohon playing Mega Man 5, this is awesome. Ohon, of course, a fantastic speedrunner, probably best known in the West for his Mega Man runs, but he's produced a number of other amazing runs. If you were watching this marathon earlier, you probably saw his Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, which were both really good.
Yeah, his Ninja Gaiden 1 was insane.
Gravity Man's pattern is exactly the same every time, so this is all just memory.
It's always nice with those bosses. Just do the same thing every time.
And Mega Man 5 has a lot of those bosses.
Yeah.
So I kind of missed Starman, so I'm not really sure what you guys have talked about so far, but...
I've pretty much not talked about anything. Just mentioned that Starman stage is pretty hard. First stage.
Okay. And that low gravity is annoying.
Indeed.
Mm.
All those low jumps.
Yeah. Okay, well, in this stage, you're going to see, I guess, the full power of Super Arrow. So, Super Arrow, of course, we got this in Starman stage. That's more or less why we do him first. Mega Man 5 in general, its route is pretty much set in stone. Unlike most other Mega Man games where routes are still up for debate, Super Arrow is just that powerful. So the way this works is It takes 2 energy to initially cast Super Arrow, although 1 will suffice if that's all you have. And then Super Arrow will start consuming energy for as long as Mega Man continues standing on Arrow. With that said, it's very important to manage Super Arrow energy. Conservation is huge. You want to use it as much as possible because it's so fast. It's roughly like, I believe it's 60% faster than sliding, 4 pixels per frame. So the 2 main ways Ohon will go about saving energy is, if you know the Super Arrow does not start at full speed, it accelerates at first. So if you jump early on in its flight, you can usually catch up to it before it flies from right underneath you, and this saves like a bar or 2. And then in addition to that, you'll also see Ohon kind of grinding against the front of the arrow, and he's not doing that just for fun. What he's doing is he's actually holding the same directional input as the arrow is flying in, and this causes Mega Man to essentially walk off the arrow and kind of fall off. But because Super Arrow is so fast and its hitbox is so big and it like props Mega Man back up, it actually just catches up and pushes him back up. So by holding forward, Mega Man constantly shifts back and forth between standing on Arrow and falling off. And because he's not standing on it 100% of the time, he's actually saving energy in the course of its flight. That was Gyro Man, by the way.
Hard boss.
Yeah. It's actually really tricky getting a good kill on that guy, because you can spam his weakness faster than his iframes wear off, so
Yeah,
if the time hits really well.
you lose a lot of time if you use one too early.
Mhm.
And switch to Buster,
Yeah,
because
it
you only
feels
have
really
just
bad.
enough to kill him. Crystal Man is one of the more scarier stages, for sure, because the checkpoint
Yeah.
is so far away in the stage,
Yeah, there's lots of places to die here.
and you
I would
use
say this is the hardest stage in the game.
yeah, and you use old Super Arrow before the checkpoint. So if you die, you have to do pretty much the entire stage without Super Arrows.
Mhm.
You can also get
Is he gonna get the
very-
E-Tank? Oh, he got it!
You can also get very unlucky with drops in the stage because you kill so many enemies.
Yeah. The last, like, 2 screens are terrible for drops.
You want to have Gyro because you can kill everything very easily with Gyro, and you need it for the boss. But because you have Gyro, you're sort of weak to energy drops. They got very lucky. Many drops.
Ooh, Stomper lives.
Stomper lives and stomps.
So one of the really annoying aspects of this game are the iframes on enemies. When you shoot an enemy, they get invincibility frames for the next 8 frames, which means that unlike pretty much any other game, this isn't really about raw mashing speed or anything like that. It's about timing your shots out. So that Stomper dies in 4 gyro hits, but because you have to time each of those hits, and you have like a relatively small window to actually get all 4 hits in, it's really hard. And this also makes a number of other enemies in the game pretty hard to kill. Consequently, you'll be seeing Buster used a lot in this run. Charge Buster kills most things in 1 hit. It pierces through enemies if it kills it in 1 hit, so you can actually kill like a chain of enemies at once with a single Charge Buster shot. And in addition to that, because it's so strong, and because of iframes being an issue in this game, it's really convenient to just kill everything with it.
The drawback though is that in order to charge it, you can't be sliding. It won't charge when you're sliding. So you have to either like trade off by walking or charging when you're jumping or falling. So
Yeah, charge management is a big thing. Ooh. Classic Napalm. This is not the god Napalm. You've probably also noticed that Ohon is grabbing the letter in every stage. So if you collect all 8 of these letters hidden in each of the 8 Robot Master stages, you acquire Beat, which is Mega Man's bird friend, and he automatically seeks out targets to attack, and I guess I can talk about this more later, since Beat's not really relevant at the moment.
Yeah. It's pretty tricky to control.
Yeah, really tricky. This guy's not RNG, by the way. You manipulate this guy. If you're standing far enough away, he will shoot those 3 rockets. If you're standing close enough, he will just lob those 2 lag grenades at you. And you do not want lag grenades.
It's actually not super easy to get only rockets throughout the whole fight. You have to do it in a very specific way, I noticed. Oh, my favorite stage coming up.
This is a fun stage. Lots of movement. Nice.
Nice.
Those Met jumps are way tighter than they seem. All 3 of them.
Hidden letter. See if he gets the... Oh, we got him.
He killed Squeaks! He did it.
The 1 frame. Or something.
Something like that.
Looks a bit weird there when he turns around for the second arrow and he climbs up, but it's actually... You would think it's faster to just go to the right all the time, but it's actually faster to turn 1 around, causes less lag on the rest of the screen.
Yeah, you don't want too many sprites on the screen. Super Arrow in general lags the game a ton, and this is probably one of the few speedruns in general where going faster doesn't necessarily mean lag reduction, but instead lag creation. In that having just a single Super Arrow and flying over all these enemies causes tons of lag.
It's a very nice stage, actually.
So this boss jumps at you, and you jump away,
Yep. Hard
and then he
boss.
dies.
Lots of hard bosses in this game.
Yeah. And he gives the best weapon. We have Power Stone now.
Oh yeah. The only weapon worse than Hyper Bomb. Whoa.
Good arrows. In there.
Yeah, the stream froze for me.
Alright, coming up this is the chicken room. I'm gonna dedicate this in Ohon's behalf. I'm gonna dedicate it to Ludendi. They deserve a chicken room, right?
Ah, look at this perfect chicken room. No, damn it. He never goes for the drop, right?
Yeah.
You can like sort of go for getting a weapon refill at the end there. You can, it's like 4 enemies or something. You can get one without losing time, and if you get it, you can refill your arrows and just arrow over this entire last section.
Yeah, flying over the screen saves a ton of time. It's kind of tight though. I think it's I want to say a 3-pixel window.
Primal told me 2 pixels, but
Is it 2? Alright, here's the boss of the century. So when you shoot Power Stone, the stones linger on screen for an ass load of time, and as long as the stones are still on screen, you can't fire another one. So what he's doing here is he's pausing to despawn the stones, and then he's just shooting again. And this ends up being faster than waiting out the Power Stones.
it's a beautiful fight.
Ohon is a beautiful speedrunner.
Indeed. I think you have pretty much full control over what Chargeman does. It's not random at all.
When he charges, at least. Whether or not he uses that, like, raindrop acid thing, or if he charges at you again, that's completely random.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I always thought it was how far away you were from him.
Not as far as I know. Hopefully I'm not terribly wrong. Alright, this stage is huge. There's 2 pretty big tricks here. The first one you're going to see on the very next screen. Ohon's going to be using arrows in a really creative fashion here to get above these small bubbles, forcing screen transitions before you should get them. Normally you have to use those big bubbles, but oh no!
No!
Oh. Well, we're gonna take the big bubbles.
Oh, he used all arrows too.
Unnecessary. It's interesting how he used those ones there.
Oh, he has to wait for this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the goal is to get to the top there.
Yeah. It's pretty tricky. Like,
yeah, it's very precise.
The windows to get on top of the bubbles and still scroll the screens it's really tight. It's not like you can just stand on the bubble and as it reaches the top, it automatically transitions. You have to get there at a fairly exact moment. Joka, are you a fan of boats?
I like the boat.
I like boats too. Have you ever been on a boat?
Yes.
Yes? Oh yeah? What kind of boat? Sailboat? Canoe? Maybe a cruise?
I don't think I've ever been on a cruise, but I've been on sailboats.
I see. That mini boss is ass, by the way. He has a really small hitbox.
This section is much more fun with the boat.
Yeah.
Too bad it's slower. Don't miss the letter.
Ooh, he got it. We're safe.
Missing that letter is pretty much the worst thing that can happen around. Because you have this choice of killing yourself like 8 times to game over, or just go without beat.
So this boss jumps around, and you slide into him.
It's annoying when you have little health left.
Yeah.
Can't do much about it, unfortunately. Good boss design.
Yeah. It's really annoying how you can't charge kick through his water spouts.
Yeah.
They take priority. And now for Mega Man 5 song.
Is this the Mega Man 5 song?
I would say so, yeah.
Why the one? Is the Mega Man 5 song?
This is one of my favorite screens in the game.
Oh man, so many enemies, so many bullets.
Crouching Tiger! Crouching Tiger! Oh, hidden rush jet! He did it, man!
Easy.
I love this speedrun.
Really good run. This whole stage is just filled with enemies and bullets and bombs and shit to
Yeah.
dodge.
So the primary tech in this stage are these little rush jet jumps Ohon is doing. Rush jet falls extremely fast in this game, way faster than in other games. So this is
almost
something where you just
impossible.
have to know like the exact timing for every rush jet based on your height going into it.
Yeah, you can't watch Rush yet and like react to him falling. You have to know the timing.
So he's just like memorized all the timings based on this height. And what's great is if you mistime it, a lot of these jumps are directly over spikes, and generally speaking, you can't react in time. So if you fail, you kind of just die, like, instantly.
It's also impossible if you played the Mega Man 4 right before playing Mega Man 5. It's like, because in Mega Man 4, Rush Jet falls really slow. I don't think you would use more Rush Jet though, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Rush Jet isn't used much more.
You only use it in Darkman 1 to save arrows, basically.
Yep.
You need arrows. A lot of the Darkman and Wily stage is just this using arrows, then regaining energy to use more arrows.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some M-Tank soon. Scary health drop. These falling enemy things are interesting. The way their AI works, it's the same as tigers. They you aggro them the moment you press the shoot button, or if you come close enough. So if they're like really far on the other side of the screen, you can just get them to fall by pressing shoot. Even if you don't shoot at all, like you can slide, press shoot, and they will still fall. So that's how he's able to get those guys to drop. Oh, and here we're seeing Beat. Nice. So, the way Beat works, he is automatic in a sense, but you do have some control over him. First and foremost, the periodicity at which he attacks is determined by your distance from its target. So, of course, for Beat to attack, he has to travel from Mega Man's position to the enemy, then come all the way back to Mega Man before he can attack again. So you want to gauge your distance in a way that you can maximize hits in with respect to iframes. The other way you have control over him is that he's not going to attack if your Y position is changing, so your height. This means he will only be attacking when you're either standing on the ground or if you jump and reach the peak of your jump. This isn't really important for the first two bosses you'll be seeing Beat used against, the first one we just saw. But it's very, very crucial against Wily Capsule, and this is one of the reasons why that fight is really tricky. It's all about controlling your jumps.
Those tight jumps, man.
This stage, of course, famous for its super arrows. We're about to see the amazing double arrow. This first arrow to take him under that platform, the second arrow to take him over these spikes.
Easy every time.
And then the M-Tank cameo.
Yep. First of many. Actually, not that many anymore. I think it's like 3.
Just, yeah, 2 more. Oh, 1 bar left! Oh. Ooh, that's kind of high, but he can still do this. Yeah, we in there. Okay. That was the,
Not even
the last
close.
frame. You can shoot that arrow. Highest pixel.
Oh.
This boss just misdirect his attacks and you're good. Just make sure you don't get shot by him.
Yeah, getting frozen by him, or getting hit by him freezes you, and then you have to wait for him to hit you until you get unfrozen. And he can just jump around and not hit you for a very long time.
That's terrible. This is a really technical stage, and Ohon's amazing at it. Just watch this guy go.
Jesus.
This isn't mashing, this is all timing shots. And that was that was
beautiful.
perfect. That was beautiful. That was amazing.
It's so tricky to get that right.
Yeah, that's way harder than it looks.
Yeah, obviously you want the screen to not stop as many in as many spots as possible. So just clearing the blocks out of the way fast enough.
This guy's a dick. He does 6 damage per attack.
That was a very nice fight.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Don't know why he didn't shoot him once in the beginning with a buster. Some plot.
I love plot.
Good to have plot.
Joka, which Mega Man game has your favorite plot?
It has to be Mega Man 6, man. I couldn't see that twist coming.
Oh.
Oh, sorry if I spoiled it for anyone.
Spoiled what?
No, I just said there was a twist. That's right. I didn't say that. Oh.
So this stage starts with an M-Tank, so why not? Just go ahead and grab it.
He didn't grab the E-Tank though. I guess he still has that one from Crystal Match. You can get a drop here on one of these. I think he got one, but he didn't go for it. Don't know why. Then
He's
you can
fast
save.
enough without it.
I guess
God Gamer Ohon.
that's true.
Mega Man haircut against these spikes. An arrow here to kill this guy for lag reduction, an arrow just enough above these little rolling things to get all the way across the screen. And then here's like the only instance of any kind of mashing in this game. Aside for, I guess, Wave Mini Boss, but let's ignore that. And that was ideal. Very good.
Yeah, just simply walking in certain spots in that section makes it a lot easier to time everything. Ooh, that's so nice.
This boss is a pretty cool strat. If you're standing in front of those spiky body things and you shoot it, so it like flies into you, you zip diagonally across, and you can use this to your advantage to go all the way up to his head, and this allows you to hit him constantly. This is way faster than doing this the intended way.
Yeah, you still have to have one of those, one of his body parts or whatever, outside of him to be able to hit him. So that's why he didn't just stay up there and shoot him all the way to the end.
Another M-Tank here, more refilling. This room's a little scary, so just like Mega Man 4, when... Oh, no!
No!
This room's a little scary, as you can see why. So... Not only does that room lag a ton, and the lag is constantly like jumping around, so you have to be very careful at all moments. In addition to that, you can't jump out of slides when underwater in this game, just like Mega Man 4. So you have to be really careful with how you move.
He still went for the M-Tank that isn't there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Everyone grabs the M-Tank a second time if they die here. It's just really dumb muscle memory. Oh, nice one up. He needed that.
Yeah, man, he died. He needs to get one. Can't game over. It's like impossible to game over this game. I think the only other Mega Man game that comes close to this in ridiculous extra life drop rate is 8. It's a pretty high chance too.
Really? I haven't played 8.
8 pretty much throws everything at you, like health drops, weapon drops, extra lives.
It's pretty cool. Ooh,
Okay.
he got the best pattern on circling Q9. It's really nice.
Yeah,
So
you're
Wily
getting
2 and Wily 3 are very far apart on the map. We're about to see this gigantic line.
Bloop.
It's like 4 pixels long or something. So yeah, boss rush. We're gonna do them all again. Starting off with Charge Man and Power Stone.
Why save the best for last? I've always found the movement in the stage itself here between the boss, between the boss teleporters quite awkward.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Eats a lot of your input when you're next to a ladder.
Yeah, this room's really awkward. I believe it's if you're like a tile from a ladder, you can't jump out of a slide or something like that.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like the teleporters aren't even distance like a slide from each other. It's like a
Mhm.
slide and a little bit.
Yeah, so you have to cancel your slide when you're like in the middle of one.
I think it's like in 6, if you try to slide through a teleporter, you just teleport instead of sliding through it.
Mhm. So with well-timed wave shots, you can destroy his shield, which causes him to jump, as well as hit him at the same time. And that's because the wave shot comes in 3 pieces, each with their own hitbox.
And by destroying his shield before he jumps up, he can't stay on the top and shoot the shield because he doesn't have a shield, so he has to come down again. Very useful.
Okay, so this gravity fight's going to be just a little bit different compared to the first one. It turns out that when you use Star Shield, or Star Crash, whatever it's called, you use less energy if you use it as a projectile compared to when you use it as an actual shield. So he actually used it as a shield one less time in this fight, and this is so he has enough energy for this fight here, which, by the way, has its own really neat strat. Wily press here is random. He can go back and forth, as you see right now, 3, 5, or 7 times. Those are complete rotations. If he goes back and forth 5 times and continues moving, then you know he's going to go back and forth 7 times. If he does it here, Ohon's going to use it to his advantage, and he's going to climb up with super arrows, which he's going to do right now. Oh no, dude! Maybe he'll do it again.
Nope.
Damn it. Okay, well, that would have allowed Ohon to attack him twice, once at the very peak, and then a second time at the bottom. And that saves a good amount of time.
Yeah, you have to pay attention and which way he starts moving each time, so you know which way to go up with arrows.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky.
Yeah. On top of that,
Probably
you
the
need
trickiest
like
fight.
very good timing and very good timing to be able to hit him twice.
I love ATSTs. I love the noises they make. Do you like Mega Man ATSTs, Joka?
What? Is that the robot?
Yeah. So this boss, weak to Super Arrow. Timing these shots is pretty tricky due to Super Arrow's awkward movement and the fact that Wily Machine's constantly moving forward and backwards. And then Wily Capsule. So, luck can make this fight easier, but honestly, this all boils down to skill. This is all about timing your hits properly with Beat. He actually mistimed that shot, but he didn't lose energy from Beat attacking during iframe, so he's really lucky there.
Yeah. Sometimes when Beats attacks when Wily is still invulnerable, you will still lose energy, which makes it so that you don't have enough to kill Wily.
It just happened again, but he didn't lose
God.
energy. He's so lucky. If you lose energy on this, you only have enough Beat energy to kill Wily. So if you're forced to swap back to like Buster or Gyro, it's just a huge pain in the ass. Anyway, time is going to be stopping within the next like 4 or 5 seconds, so... GG.
GG.
Awesome speedrun.
Did he die more than once?
He only died once in Wily 2.
Easy game.
Easy
Good
game, easy
speedrunner.
life.
Hello?
Hey,
Hi.
nice run from Ohon.
Indeed.
Just solid player. Okay, just getting ready for Mega Man 6 with Ohon as well.
Mega Man 6, a very special game.
Many people's
Indeed.
favorite game.
I'm confused. Why do I still see 2 calls on Skype?
Because you messed up, Joker.
No! You messed up.
It's fine.
Okay, so there's one call with you and Dark Terex, and then there's one call with you, BAW, and Golden. Perfect.
Alright. And you can hear both sides of it, but
I can, yeah.
interesting.
Just close the second one.
Sure.
Or restart Skype. Can re-add you.
Hello?
Hello.
You have golden, or
I don't see gold in my mine.
there we go.
Oh, there
I see him in the call, but I don't hear him.